All right, yay. Okay, so welcome guys. First thing I want to do is let you in on, well, Jen, this really doesn't, I guess, apply to you, but it's a good idea. um, Me and Tiffany and Glenn were talking earlier about having something to like hand out when we're out and about. And we were going back and forth between having a team business card, which didn't have any. Either way, we didn't want it to have anything. We didn't want it to have Beachbody on it. We just wanted to have the link to either the webinar or the opportunity presentation. That way, when we give it out to somebody, that we aren't sending them to Google to search what is Beachbody before they get a chance to watch the video. So what we're doing, what we decided to do, we're going back and forth between individual cards, like everybody has their own card, versus one team card for everybody. And what we decided was we're going to go with the individual business cards, just so that we can each put our phone numbers on them so that they have a contact, a person of contact. But all of the websites on all of the cards are going to be our team domain name, which we went ahead and bought because we are Team Dynasty. Go us. So our domain name is teamdynastycoaching.com, and that right now is linked to Tara's business opportunity presentation, because I just haven't gotten a chance to do one yet. And hers works because obviously we wouldn't be here if it didn't, because she's signing coaches. So for right now, it's going to Kara's presentation. But if you write it, when we were messing with it, we were having some issues getting it to forward correctly. So tonight I have to play with that. So if you go to teamdynastycoaching.com and it doesn't come up, that's just because I'm still working on it. But okay. That's on my ever-growing list of things to do. I now get to design business cards. So, but that's fun. So I'm okay with doing that. Other than that, that's my only real announcement, I guess you could call it. But as far as training, so all right, basically we know that we all got into this business to help people and lose weight and have fun, but really it's a business. So the purpose of a business is to make money. And if we're not making money, kind of don't want to do it. But the only real way to make big money in this industry and in this company is to recruit coaches. So that's where I kind of want to start. I want to get you guys in the habit of inviting people offline. I want you guys to take your business offline. My thinking with that is, number one, it is a work from home business, but it's also a work from the grocery store or the gas station or your kid's elementary school or the bank or wherever you're at. You should be thinking that this is your business and you're coming in contact. It's just going to help you pay attention to the fact that you come into contact with so many more people than you realize. And yes, your Facebook list is a great place to start, but it is not the only people that you know. And I want you to get into the habit of adding at least 2 new people to your list, whether it's the cashier at the grocery store or like your kid's elementary school teacher, like whatever it is. Just get into the habit of adding 2 new people to your list every day. And we're gonna kind of go through how to do that. So that's kind of the importance of the invitation process. Moving on to who to invite. So we know why we want to invite, obviously, because the more people you know, the more people you can invite. The more people you invite, the more people show up. The more people show up, the more money you make. But who to invite? All right, the first thing you guys need to do is make your list. And that has to be something tangible, whether it's online or pen and paper, a notebook, whatever it is. Make your list. I know, Quinda, you started yours, but I don't. Did you ever get a chance to export your Facebook friends list?
No.
Okay, so let's start there. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. I feel like a professional because I know how to do that. We're going to share. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Woohoo. Okay, so in your Facebook, on your Facebook, this little arrow over here is where all your settings are. You're going to come down to settings. Hopefully my internet works because my internet has been giving me issues today. And it works. So we all know what all this is, and we all know what all this is, but right here, it says download a copy of your Facebook data. You're going to click that. And you're going to hit Start My Archive. What it's going to do is it's going to pull together all of your Facebook information, all of your posts, all of your photos and videos, all of your messages and chat conversations, every friend that you have, whether they be a friend that you still are friends with, friends that you deleted, friends that you blocked. It's going to give you everything that you have ever done on Facebook since the beginning of your Facebook career, which is awesome. You're just going to hit Start Archive, and then it's going to ask you for your password, and type mine in, and hit Submit, and then it's going to hit Start, and then it's going to run in the background. But what it's going to do is it's going to then send you an email to whatever your email is, and then the email will have a link to a zipped file. All you do is click on, I can sort of show you what that looks like too. But for whatever reason, I couldn't get mine to pop up earlier. It's under downloads. All my random crap. Gonna show it to you like this. Hit HTML, and this is the list of everything. All your photos will be here, all your places, pokes, friends, everything. And then you just click friends and it'll give you the whole list. What I then did, and I want to share this with you guys because I initially was dying because my laptop does not have Excel on it, which I thought was a problem. But I found a workaround to that, which is even better than I was looking for, because in addition to all of Google's other great apps, like they have the Google Forms and Google Drive and all that, they have what's called Google Sheets, which is Google's version of Excel. And I like this so much better. I signed out. Sign in. I like this so much better, and I'll tell you why. Because on my desktop, I have Excel. So I could pull this all up with Excel, but unless I'm on my desktop, I can't access it. Google Sheets is great because the same way you can access your Google Drive from anywhere, you can access your Google Sheets from anywhere, whether it be your iPad or your tablet, your phone, wherever you are, you always have access to your master contact list. This is the other thing I like about this is that send into your account from another tab. Anyway, I like this because it put it in alphabetical order for me. Like, it didn't do it, but there's, hang on, let me sign in because I don't know why it signed me out. Sign into my mail. See if that logs me back in. Anyway, it's not really important that I sign in, but what I started doing, and I took this idea from Kara, so I'm not a genius, I just follow the leader. Across the top, I have invite date, that's the date that I first invited them, their name, their email address, whatever program they are interested in or I'm inviting them to, whatever notes I need to take, whether it's they aren't ready right now, got too much going on, check back in a month, or whatever it is, I write that down so I remember what I talked to them about, and then I schedule a follow-up date. And then that way, when I log in, like a month from now, like say I talked to this person now, and she said, call me back and check back with me in a month. I'm going to put that here, check back in a month, schedule the date. That way I can go back in a month and see, okay, today is the, I don't know what happened. Oh, it's going to make me sign in. I could see that today is the 4th of September, and I'm supposed to check back with her. That way I always remember, I don't lose people. People aren't falling through the cracks. But that's organizing your list. Who to put on your list, we talked about our Facebook people, but what I'm going to do is in our group, I'm going to post the memory jogger. It's just a list of people that you know that you don't remember that you know. People like your hairdresser, people like, I don't know, like it's just a whole bunch of suggestions for you to think about people that you know. Now I'm logged in. I'm gonna post that in a group as soon as we're done so that you guys can get on your list. I want those by the end of the week because I want you to start using them like tomorrow. So you don't have to completely finish them by tomorrow, but you should have at least a handful that you're going to start prospecting because that it's really important that we get going because open house starts on Monday. So I think I don't need to share my screen anymore. So we're going to stop share. Here I am. Okay. Let's see. Didn't have it adding to the day. Do we have questions before I keep going?
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay, awesome. How to invite. Now, I sent you guys the link to the webinar, to the Eric Worre, I guess it's a webinar, a speech, a recording. There we go, that works. The Eric Worre recording. But I also have a PDF that goes along with that. And it's really, really comprehensive. So the 8 steps, it's an 8-step invitation process. And the reason I chose this process as opposed to a different process is specifically because it's best used for on the phone and in person. It's not that great for online or text messaging or whatever. It's really most effective for in person and on the phone. So I want to go through that with you. Actually, I think I am going to share so I can pull this up. No, I don't want to stop. Where'd it go? Share. This one, that one. I'm getting the hang of this, guys. I promise. Did I save it? Of course I didn't. I think it is. Here it is. All right, the hottest recruiting scripts in MLM. It sounds like a lot. It's 8 steps, but it's really not. It's meant to be a quick interaction, 5 minutes on and off the phone or in and out, like you're in line at the gas or you're in line at the grocery store and you're being chatty with the cashier. It's one of those things where you're quick, hand them your card, which I'm gonna get to you guys, and then go. For me, inviting is much less stressful when it's not your warm market. And if you're stressed about inviting at all, I really highly suggest that you start with people you don't know. There's no emotional attachment to them. You don't have to see them at family reunions. They're not like, you don't have to feel like, oh, they told me no. Plus, when you talk to your friends and family, I don't know if this is everybody's friends and family, but I know this is definitely true for mine, but my friends and family will tell me in no uncertain terms exactly how they feel about it, and that is not always the most encouraging when you are skeptical and afraid and like not really sure about what you're doing. And when you are prospecting somebody out and about, you don't have to see them again. If they say no, it's whatever. But 9 times out of 10, if you do this right, you'll get more yeses than nos. Your ultimate goal is not to get the sale. I repeat, your ultimate goal is not to get the sale. Your ultimate goal is to have them look at the presentation. What we're talking about is inviting people not to your challenge groups, not to try your workout program. You're getting people to be a coach underneath you. That is how you make money. That is what we're concentrating on right now. Yes, we will get to challenge groups and all of that other great stuff because that's what's going to bolster your business. But if you need to see that this business works, and the only way for you to see that is for you to get that commission check. And until you do, until you have the confidence in this business and in this industry, you're always going to be skeptical. And if you are skeptical, your prospects are going to know that. They're going to feel it, and they're going to shy away from that. So here's the thing. Number 1, be in a hurry. I can't talk right. I'm running out the door, but I'm glad I caught you real quick, kind of thing. I got a lot going on. I don't have a minute, but if you have a second, I want to talk to you about something. That kind of thing. Step 2 is compliment the prospect. Once we get down a little further, I'll show you. And he actually gives you lots of different suggestions, examples. So for warm market, if you're going to, this is the compliment section, sorry, go back. This is 50. Here's step 1, be in a hurry. I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important to reach you. Now isn't the time to get into this, but I have to go. But that's a great one because when people have questions, they're gonna want to know what it is that you want them to do, and you don't want to give them any information right now. At this point, you don't want to tell them anything. All you want them to do is watch the video. We'll get into questions and follow up and all that later. Your ultimate goal is to get them to watch the video. That's it. So, all right, step 2. Compliment. Step 1, be in a hurry. Step 2, the first thing you're going to do is compliment them. Say something nice about them. That way their defenses are down. people don't get compliments all that often, so they're like, huh, okay, cool. What is it that you want? Step 3 is make the invitation. Don't be afraid to put it out there. And what I want you guys to understand is that you do not need to be an expert. And this is something that I struggle with still. I am the type of person where I want to have all the information up front. I can't talk to people because I don't know everything about the product. I don't know everything about the company. I don't know everything about the compensation plan. I don't know everything. But you know what? You're not supposed to. That's why Beachbody has webinars, and we have a whole online office with all this information. All you're doing is consulting. You're finding out what they want to know and sending them the information that we have that answers the questions that what they want to know. So don't approach it as if you have to know everything, and don't go answering any questions. Basically, don't answer any questions at this point. All right. So for your warm market, you've told them you're in a hurry. There's urgency in your voice. You paid them a compliment. There's 3 different approaches. There's the direct approach, which is basically you come out and ask them exactly what you want. Like, I like this one because if you have somebody that you've already sort of been talking to, and and they're like, man, I really hate my job. So you go, hey, I'm really in a hurry, but I'm glad I caught you. You've always been really super supportive of me, and I really appreciate that. I really kind of just wanted to talk to you for a second. When you told me that you really hated your job, were you serious or were you just kidding around? Wait for them to answer the question. Of course they're going to say they were serious, because nobody says, I hate my job, and they don't mean it. Great. Well, I found a way for you to either solve the problem for them. So whether it's they hate their job, they hate their commute, they aren't making enough money, their boss is an asshole, like whatever it is, solve the problem. I found a way for you to do this. The other one is the direct approach really only works with people that you've already made you've already made a connection with. You've already at some point said something to them about them wanting to make a change. And there's a ton of them. So I'm not going to go through each one. I am going to post this so you will have access to this. But for cold market, I don't do a whole lot of cold market like direct selling, because that's just salesy to me. If I'm going to call somebody up for your cold market, the other 2 work a little bit better. I'll just put it like that. That's the direct method. You basically come out and tell them, I got a way for you to make money. Do you want to know about it? That's direct. In your face, no holding back, no beating around the bush. Indirect method is a very highly sorry. The indirect method is a lot easier for new people to do, and it's a lot more, I guess, I can't think of the word that I'm trying to think of, but let's just go for it. Wow, we're 10 minutes in already. I might have to upgrade. Or what I might do, if I end this meeting, can I just start another one and get another bunch of, all right, that's what we're gonna do, because I think we might have to. Okay, so indirect method. I just started a new business and I'm scared to death. Before I get going, I need to practice on somebody friendly. Would you mind if I practiced on you? Most people are not going to mind, because they don't think that they're actually being prospected at that point. They are just being helpful, which is great, because that's remember, your goal is only to get them to watch the video. After that, then once you go back and do the follow-up, then that's when you're going to go through the rest of your spiel and answer their questions and see how they feel about it. And that's when all that happens. Right now, you're only trying to get them to watch the video. So that's one of my favorite ones, especially if you're new and you're unsure of yourself and you lack that confidence. Tell them you're scared. It's okay. Another one that's a great one is, I'm thinking about starting with a business I can run from home. Would you help me out and check and see if, would you help me out and would you help me check it out and see if it's for real? Say that I like that one, but it depends on the person, because I know some of my people in particular, they're going to be like, yeah, okay, what do you want me to do? That's only probably because I've been in MLM. This is not my first time, so they've picked up on my cues a lot of times. But that's why I pretty much stick to people that I haven't already asked to be in business with me in the past. But let's see, what are my other favorite ones for that one? If you have somebody who's really like negative or cynical or skeptical, and you want to prospect them anyway, this is a great one. I've started a business and I really need someone to help me poke holes in it. That's giving them the ammunition to pick out all the bad things about it. But when we do our follow-up, and we'll do that, I'm not going to do that today because that's going to be a whole other issue. But when you follow up with them, your goal is to get them to find all the good things about what they just watched. And it's going to be really hard for them to poke holes in something when you're making them focus on the good thing. So that's a great one to start if you have somebody who's like that. The indirect method, like I said, doesn't really work for cold market because you just met them. They don't know you. They're not going to help you. Well, not that they're not going to help you, but it doesn't mesh very well. You might get some success, but it's really not gonna help you. Super indirect method. This one works great with cold market, actually. Or people, not so much cold market, but people that you maybe a little intimidated to prospect because maybe they're super successful in whatever traditional business that they have, or they're making a lot of money doing something completely different. This one's great. But for super indirect method, basically you're telling them flat out, this isn't for you, but I'm looking for people, and I think you might know somebody. The cool part about this is that all you're going to really do is pique their interest. And a lot of times, before they give you any of their contacts, they're going to want to know what it is that they're giving you their contacts for. You're going to be like, of course, I totally understand. You want to know what it is that you're setting them up for. I have a presentation or webinar or DVD or whatever it is, and you're going to, would you mind taking a look at it? But that's in the next step. These are just the scripts. So warm market and cold market for this are exactly the same because you're telling them they're not a prospect. Do you know anybody involved in a serious job search? How many people are looking for jobs right now? Everybody knows somebody who's looking for a job. So that's a super indirect. So there's direct, indirect, and super indirect. Am I talking too fast? I tend to talk really fast.
No.
Okay. All right. Step 4. If I would you. I want you guys to ingrain this thing in your head forever. If I would you. It's not about begging people. It's not about, would you please sign up? I need a coach. I'm trying to make Emerald. Can you help me out? Can you buy this for me? It's really awesome and you'd be really great. That's crap. When you say, if I would you, what you're basically saying is, I've got something worth your time if you're willing to watch it. Like, it's a value exchange. I've got something of value. You value your time, so why don't we trade? Kind of thing. If I gave you a DVD that laid out all the information, would you watch it? If I gave you a CD that describes the business better than I ever could, would you listen to it? If I gave you a link to an online presentation that explained everything, would you click on it and watch it? Simple. If I would you. So now at this point, you've got, I'm in a hurry, pay them a compliment, ask, like I made the invitation. Great. So now they've said yes, that they know somebody or they would help you out or they are serious about looking for another job. Great. If I gave you a link, since what we're using is our webinar, if I gave you the link to our online presentation that explained everything, would you watch it? Sure. Most people are going to say yes. See, most people will say yes. Step 5. You are not done. I need to add this to here. Oh no, it is in here. And big bold, it needs to be big and bigger bolded letters. At this point, they've said yes, they'll watch your webinar. You are not going to give them their webinar link at this point. I repeat, do not give them the link at this point. What you're going to do is you're going to get a time commitment. When do you think you could watch the webinar for sure? What that does is that is going to make them think about when they have time to do it. That means that you are not setting the appointment. They are going to set the appointment for themselves. Actually, hold on, guys, because I'm going to stop and I'm going to make another meeting. I'll send you guys the link to that because there's 3 more steps after this, but they go really quickly.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'm going to make another one, and I'll